Hey, what's going on? My name is Mike Poglis, co-founder here at Automated Coaching Engine, where we help transformational coaches scale their business without spending any money on platforms like Instagram and Facebook. So in this video, I'm going to be diving deep into, how your style and your appearance can affect your sales game. Cool. So, like I said in this video, style and appearance, is honestly one of the number one factors when it comes to your sales game. The reality is, like, this shit really makes a difference when it comes to sales. It really has, a high correlation to, how people like you. How people can relate to you. Um, so when we think about it, like us here on Zoom calls or on phone calls, it affects it no matter what the case is. Whether you're on a Zoom call or a phone call, your style and appearance definitely has a direct correlation to how you are going to produce when it comes to your sales game. And it really just kind of comes down to like the swagger, and kind of like the tonality in your voice, and just the overall like style and appearance that you have, like I said, whether you're on Zoom or on a phone call. So like, for example, on like Zoom calls, we have like the overall like camera space, like, the background, like all that type of stuff. Like that's why I have my video blurred, so that way you're not distracted by what's here in the background. You're focusing your attention on me. And then, when you're on the phone call, it very much has to do with like tonality and how you can express your emotion and connect to that person on the other side of that phone call. So let's go ahead a little bit deeper. So let's think about it like as if, like, if you can picture your avatar, like usually people are attracted to people of similar interests, similar styles. I wouldn't say necessarily appearance, but more so like style and kind of like emotion, energy levels. Like people with high energy are like, people that are wanted to be, connected with. Like you want to be around people that have high energy. So like carrying that into a sales situation, that's why like salespeople are always like high energy, like they're like, hey, what's going on, like always trying to act buddy buddy. And it's really to create the likability factor of like that relationship or that conversation. So to give an example of that, like, carrying yourself with high energy, like a strong tonality is going to grab the person's attention on the other side. If you can make them laugh, if you can connect with them and you can relate to their current situation, or like their overall, like, doesn't even have to be a current situation. If you can just relate to them in general, your likability is going to be increased. But coming through with the style and kind of like the tonality, if you can connect with your avatar, based on like how they act and how their energy levels are, their emotions are, then like you're gonna establish that that like ability a little bit more. So going into kind of like, how do you feel about how do you look and sound? Do you think that you can look better? Like, do you think that you can sound better? Do you think that you right now are looking the best you ever looked? Do you think that you sound the best that you've ever sounded? Can you increase the energy that comes through your voice? Can you look better? Can you clean yourself up a little bit? Can you brush your hair? Like, can you brush your teeth? If you look good and feel good about how you carry yourself, your overall confidence is going to increase. So that's the big kind of like underlying factor here is, if you look the best you've ever looked, if you sound the best you've ever sound, you're going to be extremely confident in how you carry yourself. You are coming into the game, the best possible way that you can. So, like, going into that, kind of a dumb thing to even mention, but like, hygiene is key. If your breath smells good, it actually is like proven to like release, like, I don't know if the proper word is like dopamine, but it's proven to kind of like release like different energy levels by, like, if you smell your cologne, and like you have a good taste in your mouth, like you're gonna feel good. Like, those are just like really, really small things that can hinder your performance. And when we're coming into sales situations, we want to make sure that we're showing up the best way possible. So to tie this one off, like, why do people buy from you? Number one, they have to like you. Number two, they know you. And number three, they trust you. So the like and know is kind of like is like kind of like covered here in like the style, the appearance, the swagger, the way that you carry yourself. That's where you can really establish the like and the know. And then because you are very comfortable and you're confident in yourself because you are performing at the best possible version of yourself, then they're going to trust you. They're going to sense that confidence in yourself, so that way, the trust in you being able to deliver on the transformation is going to be higher for them on the other side. So with that being said, that's just a couple of things, that to me are like one of the biggest factors when it comes into a sales situation, is like, how do you present yourself when it comes not only into a Zoom situation, but also like a phone call as well? Like, how do you carry yourself? How is the energy coming through? And ultimately, if you look the best you possibly can look, if you feel the best you possibly can feel, if you sound the best that you can possibly sound, then you will come across in a more confident manner. You will position yourself to operate at the best version of you possible. So with that said, that's today's video. Have a good one.